But no, so the D&D thing or whatever, right?
Yeah.
We only played for 3 hours, but
That's a long time, so.
it is. Yeah, I mean, it's a long time, but we didn't really play for 3 hours. We were like 2, and like the first part was so like the issues I just like solved, like the murder case in the starting town or whatever. Now like we don't really know where to go with it, so I was just like, well, I'll just go on like an adventure. And so I just like I leave like the kingdom area, and so I go down or whatever, and I see like this shack and then the bear, right? And I'm fighting the bear, and like I said, I'm level 2.
You're getting mollywalloped.
Actually, no, I should have died on the first like attack it had, but I'm such a Giga Chad. So instead of like, like, because I feel like a lot of people play wizards, like, I'm just going to take all the attack spells that I can. But I only have Magic Missile, Sleep, and Color Spray as my, like, combat spells.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, no, they're the best ones. And so, and then I have Toll the Dead, because it's supposed to be a Necromancer.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm really just playing a wizard.
Well, if you're doing that, then you just get, like, Eldritch Blast and just... Oh, that's Warlock, but...
Yeah. But... I'm supposed to be playing a Necromancer, but like, to play a Necromancer, you have to really like homebrew everything. So I'm really just playing a wizard who happens to have Necromancer spells. And so I start like this encounter off where like I only have 3 spell slots at level 2 too as well. And so I started off by like trying to sleep the bear, and sleep is 5d8, so 40 health points. It's like max roll. And I rolled a 14, so I'm so far under it, and like the bear's charging me now. I'm like, well, oh shit. Next turn goes, my horse is running away from me, and what's it called? And so I have, so the bear's like 2 turns away from me. I cast Mage Armor, so like the base level is 13 AC plus Dex. I have +1 for my Dex modifier, so now I have 14 AC. And I also have Shield. And so then I cast Shield on the reaction to the bear attacking me. So now my AC is 19. And it clawed me for like a 17, a 16, and it bit me for like a 15. So I should have died on like that first attack.
But your AC was high, Phil.
Yeah, but 19 AC cleared it. But then Shield goes away the next turn, so now I'm just at 14. And so then the bear, the next turn, I Toll the Dead. I hit it for like 2 damage. And Toll the Dead is like a spell where like it's a D8 cantrip, and it's a Wisdom saving throw. And bears have high Wisdom.
Really?
They have 13 Wisdom, so it's like a +1 or +2 or some shit to its thing. It's like, but now so I've used a sleep spell. I've used all my spell slots. So I use Sleep, Mage Armor, and Shield. So now I have no more spell slots. So all I have left is to either stab it with my 1d4 dagger, or Toll the Dead and hope it like fails its saves. And so I'm fighting this bear or whatever. It mollywops me for 10 damage. So now I have 8 health left. I have to drink a health potion. It keeps like mollywopping me, and it keeps passing its Toll the Dead saves. So we're playing this like chicken game of me like backing up 30 feet, the bear closing or whatever. And it eventually like gets to the point where like I get lucky enough where Jake does this thing where if a creature fails, but it gets a natural 1 on a save, it's like double the dice that you roll for it. So I rolled and it was a bad roll too. I rolled 2d12, and I got a 5 and a 4, so I only did 9 there, but it's still enough. And so I'm literally just like, I cast like 8 Toll the Deads, and I'm like, just this bear's beating the shit out of me. I have to use all my health potions. I used 2 health potions, but I rolled like a 4 and a 3 +2, so I rolled like nearly maxed every time. And it shouldn't have been that close because it's a fucking bear.
Yeah.
But I guess, I don't know. It was like probably like one of my favorite combat encounters, just how fucking stupid it was. And that was
low level combat is fun. I like it. Because you actually have to be careful about it. You can't just like tank. You can't just tank the damage.
And no, I don't know. I really like low level campaigns more than high level ones. And like the one I'm listening to right now is like, they're only level 9 and level 8. And like they're the highest like level I think any of like players in this guy's world have gotten to at this point. And it's just like, it makes it like so much more, like there's a lot less, you have to be more creative with how you approach things. You can't just be like, I'm gonna use a wish spell or whatever, blah blah blah. So
yeah,
but I ended up like the bear runs away or whatever, and like I chase the bear, and I really like using light as like a spell, so like on rocks and just like throwing them places, because it's a really good like way to like light shit up or whatever. And like that's how I like killed the murderer, or like found the murderer from like the murder mystery in like the first like 2 sessions, was like a light spell. But yeah, and so I ended up like killing the bear or whatever. But it was like there was like a 30-minute fight or whatever, like real time like fight, and it was like maybe like 8 or 9 turns of just like me getting shit on by this fucking
8 or 9, bear. That's a lot.
Yeah, because we both missed like quite a bit, and there was a lot of running around. Like I had to disengage a lot to like avoid the opportunity attack and shit. It was like damn, but it was a really fun session. But
that
like,
is fun.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of like low level sessions.
You gotta be more. You gotta be more like smart with how you play.
Mm-hmm. And like a really good example is So I was level 1 these first 2 sessions. Mm-hmm. I didn't do anything, but so the murderer in this place was a wizard too, mm-hmm. and so I see him stab, like he was going around like stealing tendons out of like people.
Tendons?
Yeah,
oh, is he trying to like do a Frankenstein thing?
He's doing like a necromancy thing or whatever. And this like that was supposed to be like a motivating factor for me, but I found a shit. It doesn't matter that. But so I see him like stab this girl or whatever, and then he runs away, and he's firebolting me, and I'm throwing the dead back at him. But he gets to a point where like he gets around a corner or whatever. Uh-huh. It's like an alleyway, and there's like some boxes up. So there's like boxes and like some space between the boxes that you could like hide behind, and like I see the footsteps like disappear. So I was either thinking, all right, he climbed up the boxes onto this roof, or he like went down the alleyway and he's like, or he's hiding behind the boxes. And so what I do is I take a coin out of my bag and I cast light on it, and I flick the coin down the alley, and like the dude is like, and it's light is a 20 it's like 40 radius spell, and 20 of the radius is bright like sunlight, and the other next is like is dim light. My man is fucking gone, like just sucking on this pretzel stick. My god, oh good heavens.
Anyway,
and so I flick it down, and he like gives like a start, because like, and that's how I figure out where he is. And so I come around the corner and I color spray him or whatever, and I just fucking, and then he's blind, and then Jake rolled a like dice to like determine which direction he runs in because he's blind, and I have my dagger, and he just ran straight at me into the dagger. And that's how I caught him. But like that's the kind of shit you don't get at higher level, because like at higher level I just fireball him.
Yeah, you just like you just kill him.
So but I do think the sweet spot is like levels 3 to like 12 ish.
Yeah.
Because anywhere past 12 or like
you're doing weird stuff.
Yeah, it's like you're doing like world altering like shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It's weird, and I haven't really watched like any what's it called? Any like campaigns that get high level, especially like 5th edition. I don't really watch 5th edition, but yeah, any campaigns that get high level I just haven't seen yet, like past like 10 or whatever.
Right, yeah.
So, if normally the character dies at like 10.
Yeah, I think the highest I ever got in a campaign was, I think it was either 9 or 10. Mm-hmm. That was like years. That took like 3. That was like 3 years.
Yeah, whenever I think Gabe and I got to like 9 when we were playing with Jake.
Oh yeah.
But it was literally like, he was speed running us like milestones, so like every 2 sessions was like a level up, and we'd play for like 8 hours.
Oh right.
So
I mean that makes sense though. But
yeah, you played in that campaign a little bit. You played for like 1 session.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And remember Ryan was there and as well for 1 session. It was like it was an interesting campaign, but like I get really bored of like Monster of the Week shit. Mm-hmm. Like the kind of like shit I prefer is like the kingdoms and like a little bit of political intrigue.
I do like that.
I like that's probably what I prefer the most. And then like you also have your fantastical elements in like the same world. So like I wouldn't say like lower magic, but like medium like magic, more like grounded reality. Yeah. Than other shit is probably what I like more to play in and watch. Yeah. But I think it's probably just because what I watch is just that like lower level.
Yeah, shit. I mean, I like a good dungeon. I like dungeon crawling though.
Yeah, and that's you say like I really don't think I've played in a campaign where like dungeon crawling has been a thing.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in like a dungeon.
Really?
In Dungeons
and Dragons. I feel like most of my campaigns, not like literally like a dungeon, but like some underground thing that you gotta get that there's monsters in.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that.
Really?
Not once. Like
I've been in a lot of campaigns where they do that.
The thing is, I haven't played in that many. I've played with Jake in 2, and this is my second one now. And we've only like 2 or 3 sessions in. And then I played in Adam. We played with Adam once, that one time. Yeah. Where my character died in a minute. And then we played with Adam again another time, and that never got another session. Both of those times. So. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. So I've never like really like gotten super deep in like. Jake's first campaign was just like we're fighting monsters on like the real world. That was a good campaign though, but it was like a point where like it was just Gabe and I. And it's like also it's like I don't really know where we're going from here. And then I think like school started again, so
Yeah.
we just stopped playing.
What was the one where I think we were like?
I did one where I DM'd like 2 or 3 sessions for you guys once, but I didn't really know what I was doing, and that was like my first time doing it. So
I remember the one with Jake. I think it was. I remember like we had to like we did like an ambush. I remember, or there was like a town that we were like going to defend because there was like some big creature trying to kill
Knowles? Was it Knowles?
Maybe it was Knowles. But I remember there was also we were like chasing some big like dragon or bird into like its nest or something. Do you remember that?
I know that in Jake's campaign we like defended a village from Knowles.
Yeah,
that was
I remember
one
that.
Session.
That was one session.
And then there was a dragon on this like ice like castle.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So those were 2 really good sessions.
They were.
Of that.
I love the defending the town is fun.
He did that one really well. And
yeah.
Like, I think the Knoll was like basically like Roadhog from like Overwatch, and he hooked Gabe off the roof of the building.
Yeah.
Or whatever. That was a really good session. Jake is good at like. Those,
we had like snipers on the rooftops.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
Yeah, Jake is really good at those encounters. He's really good at making encounters.
Yeah.
And also his best session, in my opinion, was like one he just like completely on the spot like made it up, and like Gabe and I were like in the Underdark basically, like found this underground castle. It was just really really well done. And that was the best session. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I like the one I'm playing in now, but he has it set in like the world of Skyrim, and I don't know. It's like I've never played like an Elder Scrolls game. But I feel like he might be like relying a little too heavily on like
the
game
lore
mechanics.
in that. Oh, the game mechanics.
Like the lore is like fine with me. Like however you want to do your lore, but like there's certain aspects where it's like feels like I'm more like I'm playing a Skyrim RPG than D&D or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, which isn't a problem yet. But like I feel like if it gets more into it, like it might like I might like have to talk to him about like changing that up. But again, it's like his world, so
yeah.
Who am I to like say? But
we were playing it up.
Yeah. I mean, I am playing in it, but at the same time, I don't know. There's like a level. I would like to DM, but I feel like
it's a lot of work.
I couldn't do it because I would put too much time into it. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
And I wouldn't be able to like, it's like the only way I would like want to start a campaign or whatever is if I already have like the whole world figured out. Like these events happen here, like blah blah blah. But I think I've been thinking about it like too is like the best way to do it would probably just be to like do a one shot and like the characters that make it through that one shot like can start like whatever and then like
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I thought about like that shit before, but yeah, I would want to give it a shot, but like also like the biggest issue is finding people that want to play like more than once.
You gotta find people at college.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have them though.
No, there's gotta be nerds at Clemson.
There are nerds, but okay, I went.
They're smelly and gross and
there's a club crawl or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I just like go to that and I'm like looking for clubs to join. It's like they had a website where like you could like look at what clubs were gonna be there. All the ones I saw on the website just weren't there.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
And so then I see the D&D table, right? And I go up there and I was like, these are exactly the kind of people that I would expect to play D&D. And it's like this one guy's like 4'9".
Really?
He's super short. And he had a shirt on that says "I'm the DM" or whatever. And and he had like the D20 on it. And I was like, oh no. And he's like wearing those like sunglasses that are like super like tight on his face.
Oh yeah.
And he's like slightly overweight, and the next guy up next to him is like kind of tall. He's like super thin. He has terrible teeth, and like I was like, oh.
So just a dwarf and an elf. That's what they were advertising.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't even play D&D.
It's like I'm sure they're like nice people or whatever, and like
they should just found a guy that looked like an orc, some guy from the football team. give him like little fake tusks or something. Yeah.
And it's like I'm sure they're nice, and they're like, oh, roll a D20 or whatever on like the thing, like see if you get a 20. It's like okay, so I did that, like got like a fucking 7 or some shit.
Yeah, like
oh, I don't think these are the people I want to play with. You know what I mean? And I don't know. First year of college for D&D is a bad time for it because I don't think I could like dedicate like a Thursday night to play for like 4 hours at that time. So yeah, I mean that would be the go-to. It's like also I feel like D&D is a lot more fun with like friends.
Oh, 100%.
Like people you know, because you can also know if they're gonna be like good at. I don't know. It's like so like not I don't role play is hard.
If you don't know the person.
Yeah, if you don't know the person. Also, I think it's just hard. Like, people don't really like to get into it.
Unless you're comfortable around the people.
Yeah. So,
Then because you're like, oh, am I being like a fucking loser? And like getting like too invested in this.
Yeah. So it's weird like that. So I mean, I would prefer to play with friends, but I'm fine doing it online.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I have no problem with that, but like in person is just always going to be better. So, yeah, I don't know.
I think that's what the pandemic has taught us, is that things in person are just always way better than online.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can't moke.
You can't moke. You can't drink a beer. I mean, you can, but
it's not the same. You can't booze with the boys. You can't.
Drinking
you can't
alone
moke with the men.
Drinking alone is not fun.
It's not.
It's not very fun. No.
I love Dr. Pepper. I love sipping on some DP, bro. In my room by myself.
Yep.
You know what I'm doing? I'm knocking back a few 12 ounces, bro.
Well, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This guy's knocking.
This guy knows what life's about.
He knows what it's about.
Oh yeah. For the audio listeners, we have these big pretzel sticks and we're pretending like they're cigars.
Damn,
it's really funny.
It's a great physical. But
It's
you
a really
have to be there.
You really would have to be there. Also, for the people that don't know us, we're both 6'2", 200 pounds. We're all jacked.
What else?
We're really hot.
5-star recruit.
5-star recruit. I'm Alabama. He's Ohio State.
Ohio State, yeah.
The Ohio State.
The Ohio State. Yeah.
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 I know Nick Saban personally. I call him Nicky.
Yeah. I'm friends with Shaq. Actually sponsors my business ventures.
Yeah.
So Shaq and I go way back.
Yeah. Great guy.
Yeah. Honestly, Shaq is a really solid guy. You know.
Yeah.
He spreads the wealth and the cheeks. Let's be real. He lays it down.
You know
Shaq lays pipe. That's all I'm gonna say.
What if it turns out Shaq is just like the tiniest dick in the world? He's got like a 2-inch dick.
It's like,
and it would look even smaller on him too.
I feel like that's like a bad thing for like super like tall ripped people. It's like they could be carrying hogs.
Or they could just have nothing.
Yeah. We should do some investigations.
Yeah.
Just start going around like seeing the tallest person you like drug him, get him in the car, take his pants off. It's like
Well, they're probably gonna be soft when you do that. You gotta give him a Viagra.
Jelk him up.
Jelk him up. Give him a little jelk.
Give him a couple pumps. Get the blood flowing.
Yeah.
This guy's pumping.
Oh yeah.
I could see that as being like a really bad like Comedy Central like bit where it's like you're at a bar, like the guys in it are at a bar.
Show me how big your dick is. I'm gonna show that my dick is bigger than yours.
It's not even that, but like they like drug this guy's like drinking Viagra and they like follow him to the bathroom. And they just like they knock him out. It's like, all right, pull his pants down right now. We have to see it.
I feel like I've seen that before.
Really?
I feel like that's been a bit in some TV show.
It probably has been. Yeah. Maybe I just saw it somewhere.
Viagra is a lot of comedic use. You could write that into a lot of funny bits.
I feel like that's like, but it's just so funny. Yeah. That, like I'm gonna get like just the idea of the funniest. I think like okay, drugging people is like it's not really funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes, the Cardi B thing is hilarious in like hindsight, but it's really so messed up.
It's messed up, but it is really funny.
So funny. It's like I'm just gonna drug these people and steal all this shit. Like, it's hilarious. But like I feel like the funniest like drug thing to do is just like sexual like stimulants. It's like you pop a bag, this guy's just walking around shooting up all day. It's like what's fucking wrong with me? Because I think like if that happened to me, I would freak out. I'd be like, I have to go to the hospital.
You probably would have to go to the hospital. It's not good for you.
Yeah.
You know, Viagra was only like it was only introduced in like 1995. It's really? Super recent. Yeah. Salute to them.
All those 1950 soldiers.
Oh yeah.
Back then, the stimulant was in there.
Cigarettes.
There's cigarettes and just natural things to keep the housewives ready throughout the day.
Yep.
Wasn't that a thing like the 30s where like housewives were just coked out of their minds or something?
I think that was the 50s. Oh no, the 50s is where they were all taking like tranquilizers. They were all on Quaaludes. They were all
kedded up.
They were on Quaaludes.
Quaaludes. You know that video?
Here's a fucking Quaalude.
I see that man in my dreams. He's that like that one guy that like
the kid from Brooklyn. Oh, he's great. I think he's dead.
He's definitely all those Quaaludes over the years.
No, I think I read that he like died like a year ago.
Damn.
Yeah, R.I.P. R.I.P. Young Stunner.
Young Stunner.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you know, it's a really okay. I get like there's a reason like I have to like delete. I had to delete social media was just for my time, right? And so like TikTok especially, like or like even YouTube, and this is what I'm noticing with YouTube now, because like it has that shorts thing. I just scroll it.
It's so really?
Yeah,
Don't
I'll
do
just
that.
scroll. It's like their algorithm is good too, and I can just like scroll and like what it's showing me now is like comedy bits. So I'm just scrolling and like I'll see like a bit, and I'll be like, oh that was good, and I'll scroll again. I'll see another one. Like I'm basically watching like full specials.
Yeah.
And I'm scrolling, but like I'll be like, all right, one more, and I'll like scroll and I'll be like, that was good, and I'll be like, one more, and I'll just keep doing it. It's so bad.
See, the thing about TikTok for me is that there's most of it is dog shit, like awful, just shit. But there's like every like maybe like 30. It's so fucking funny, and it's the kind of shit you couldn't find on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's like that.
Like things that would get taken down for like terms of service.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what like keeps me going back. But it just makes me like angry because there's like people. It's like people complaining about things, and it's like this is clearly your fault. Even from like you telling me the biased like perspective, this is clearly your fault. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like they'll like give it like a situation and be like, wasn't this like so stupid, or like I'm completely right or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And it's like this person's just like insane.
It's so fun.
It'll be like
there's so many schizos on that app. I love them though.
I mean, it's a great app for like seeing like the inner workings of like humanity's mind.
It really is. I saw there's this guy in there who's basically made like a new way of like talking about numbers. He's made a number system called Hunimal. And it's like I think it was like so it basically made it so like every single number is like one syllable. It's like I think 70 like 73 becomes what was it?
It's like shorthand for like numbers.
Yeah, it's like 73 becomes like Sevtree or something.
Sevtree.
Like yeah.
This guy just like gave people with lisps like a new in.
Basically,
He's
yeah.
Like, what a champion, a hero of the people. That's interesting though. Like, no, it's better than YouTube for like finding like weird shit.
100%.
Because
It's like what YouTube used to be.
Yeah, and well, I don't know. I just remember like my TikTok was not that good. Like the algorithm like didn't like I know it's like this is geared towards your interest, blah blah blah. But like my issue was like I'd see a video I didn't like or I hated it, and I'd always open the comments and like interact with it. So it's like obviously this guy needs to see more of this or whatever. It's like I really don't want to see like a fursuit review at this moment, if I'm being honest, and like you know, shit like that or whatever. And like what I want to see is like the guy like walking into a fucking bodega and just like yelling or whatever at like, the cashier. That's what I want to see.
Oh yeah, of course.
But no, I'm getting like really weird like social outcast like.
I love the ones where it's like 2 comments, 0 likes. It's like some guy with like a horrific disability talking in like Portuguese or something. Like I saw this one dude, his like entire head was like backwards. So it's like, and I don't even know how he's like still living.
Yeah. He's got.
But he's like at the beach with like these like 3 hot chicks. I think it was Brazil.
It had to be.
It had to be. That's the only place that could happen.
Place that happened.
It's so funny.
It's either like. I feel like there's this weird thing with like people with like disabilities that get marketed as like, in America it's like, only in the public's eye are they like in this like you know like they got the bad bitches all around them, you know what I mean, like they're making bands, but then they like go home, they have like terrible like lives. I feel like that's an American thing, but then like other countries like they're balling, you know what I mean, like a guy with like his neck turned around is probably just swamped in hose and
probably
he's probably laying pipe, bro. That's probably what's
going
on.
He can't see it.
He probably can't see it, but he knows it's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's like, because I know like I think Beetlejuice Green is like just lives like a life of squalor or something.
No, I think he lives with like some like he's married, I think.
Yeah, I mean I think that's probably a bad example, but like
I know what you mean. Though.
I think he lives like a really normal life, but like not what you would expect of like someone of like his.
He's also not that stupid. Whenever he's on like Howard Stern,
a bit of a character.
He's a character, and they also get him like piss drunk whenever they go on.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like someone of his like status, like he should be cast in like comedy movies. Like,
oh yeah, 100%. I think he is.
Oh,
I think he has been. But I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, it's like he should have like more than what I would expect him to. I feel like the Brazilian version of that is just like
Well, I think the thing is, in the United States, it's sort of like, you can't laugh at people with disabilities. But I think in other countries, it's like, look at that guy. Doesn't he look funny? But then he gets a bunch of money from like doing movies and shit. So I don't know if that's good or bad though. But because obviously not every person with like a disability is gonna get a movie.
It'd be great if it did.
It would be.
You should make a fucking oh, that's such a bad
Suicide Squad.
But it's actually just a movie about people with like horrifically disfigured. Just like, we're gonna have to do it one of these days. So bad.
I was reading this article about suicide in Greenland this morning.
Do they have like euthanasia? Like,
no, just everyone kills themselves. It's like 7 times higher than in the U.S.
It wasn't the bit with Greenland is like, let's call this Greenland, but it's really the one covered in ice.
Yeah. It's just a marketing scam.
Yeah. We'll get
just
these
kept
guys.
the name like for 1,000 years.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know people lived in Greenland.
There's only like 50,000 people.
Hey, that's where I would always start my Plague Inc.
Oh
games
yeah.
at, because if you started Greenland, then they couldn't close their borders and live.
Oh yeah.
So that was the bit.
Yeah, I would always start mine in Egypt because they had like 2 ports and an airport.
Yeah. Like,
or China. China was
8-year-old
good.
Ben was not thinking that far ahead.
Oh yeah.
He's like, Greenland has a lot of lawless people, so it will spread faster there, of course.
Doesn't make sense. It's the opposite.
It's literally just because like every time I would like lose, it was because Greenland closed their ports in like a minute into the game.
Yeah.
So.
The thing is, I would never evolve symptoms until everyone was infected.
I did not think that far ahead. I played it on like my mom's iPad when I was like 8.
Yeah.
But
That was one of my favorite games.
it was a good game. And like right when the pandemic started, it was like all of the memes were just like Plague Inc. like developments.
Yeah. I've heard it's gotten way better since they know what would happen.
What Plague Inc. is really improved.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we can really upgrade our shit.
Yeah.
I was trying to like find apps to like games for like my phone to download. I don't know why. It's like there's nothing, and like I don't know what happens. But like
There's not any good mobile apps anymore?
yeah, there's just none like no good mobile apps. Like I would even like consider like playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like the mobile app industry is like either it's not dying, but like also I'm not the target audience.
It's kind of burned itself out.
Yeah. It's like all you have is like Clash Royale and like that's it. It's like it's so for kids now that it's like there's nothing like there. And like
there's a lot of
I
feel like a lot of stuff on the internet is becoming like just for kids. YouTube was like the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter's still the same as it's always been though.
Yeah, I don't know. Twitter's like
if Tumblr had it, Tumblr should be.
Twitter's like if Tumblr was an image board.
That's very true. Well, Tumblr is an image board.
Yeah, it's not the same level. Though.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, or like Twitter's the image board for normies. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's an image board for normies, or whatever. Normie pilled, bro.
Normie pilled. Oh. Sometimes I do go on 4chan just to like sort of laugh at the animals in their cage.
I mean, there's some interesting like stuff on there though. Like if you like find like the right board, like the one that I go to laugh at the monkeys in the cage is everyone looks at the paranormal board just to laugh at the insane people. Mm-hmm. Then you'll go to like lit or whatever and like find like people trying to talk about books they obviously haven't read. It's like so like pseudo intellectual that they've like somehow become like
smart.
That's like they've fully done like a complete character like circle arc or whatever. It's like
I think it was Picasso who once said, when I was 15 I could paint like Raphael, but it took me 70 years to paint like a child. They've truly captured the beautiful mind.
They really have.
Of innocence and youth.
No, I don't know. I feel like image boards are like that, like lifting the hood on like what people really like. You're just daily average walkers about.
I don't think normal people go on 4chan, dog. I don't think.
That's probably fair. Yeah, another thing about like the employees that come into or not.
Most people go on like Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
No one's going
any Redditors, bro?
Redditors are, God.
Oh, I finally figured out like the true use of Reddit is that it's really only like. Reddit its purpose is for niche communities that you also have an interest in. Like that's the entire like.
Well, no shit. That's the whole point of Reddit.
Yeah, that's the whole point. But like Reddit isn't that anymore. You know, it's like all about. Like,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like you go to like the popular page, like this is Reddit now.
It's just Twitter.
Yeah, it's literally just Twitter, but for like. Oh, that's. What group do you think is worse? Like Redditors or Twitter people?
I think Twitter users are funnier.
You think? I agree with that, but also I think Twitter users are more like normal than Redditors.
That's probably true.
I feel like Reddit is like the nerd.
Redditors 20 years ago would be the people living in their mother's basements. Twitter users nowadays are living in their mother's basements, but if it was 20 years ago, they wouldn't be.
Yeah.
They would have been normal a while ago, but now they would look what they've become.
Yeah.
They could have been going to college, going to, I don't know,
Doing something with their lives.
Chico State, ASU,
Facts.
fine scholastic
Phoenix, Arizona.
scholastic institutions.
True. What's that one like Phoenix? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like that
University
online?
of Phoenix.
Yeah.
That's just a scam. DeVry University.
What a damn shame. But yeah, I don't know. Reddit is weird. I've only like, it's not like a recent discovery, but like I said it like it was, but like, or I think I said like this message in like the group chat last night, because what's it called? Reddit is so good for like finding like stuff you need in those like niche communities. So like reading orders for like long series, like Reddit is so good for that, because I can just look at it and someone's already had this
Good for
super
tech
autistic
stuff. Yeah.
question or whatever. It's like the autists make, without the internet, without autists on the internet, it would be so bad.
It would be.
Because like everything
like
I need
Facebook.
is like done by like mental like retards who have like this fixation on this thing that they need to.
You're a
like,
mental retard.
No.
You're just fucking.
I found the people, but like no, like you know what I mean. Like the other mental retards have already figured this out for me, so now I don't have to do it.
I see.
Because like, what? And I even like I don't know. I like using. I had to re-log into my Reddit account so I could ask a question or whatever. Because I was like, why do you read it in this order or whatever, right? Because like, timeline events in the series are like out of order or whatever. So like, you'll read like this series, like these dates happened then, and then you read the side story, and like but then you like read this part of the side story that would happen at this time in this like book series, like when that other series is like super far down the line. It's a super convoluted sentence that probably doesn't make any sense.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but
It's sort of like Discworld, where it's like,
yeah,
it's all the books are like, it's each individual little series.
and it's not even that level of Discworld. Like you have like dates, like it'll give you like the dates of when this happens in world, but because like the side series was published like in real world, like at a later time, or at like the time of like other novels, it like uses ideas from those novels, so you need the context of those books to like read like that. So like for one thing, like it's like the people who have like the powers or whatever give off this like diffusion field around them, and like that was a topic used in like the 7th book, and that's like used in like the first volume of like the side series is like the like aim diffusion fields or whatever, and so you need that context of that to like better understand the story in the other one. But
See, for shit like that, I just want to watch like a show, because if I want to use my brain to like think when I'm like reading something like that, I'm gonna read something that's actually like got a good idea. I'm gonna read like philosophy or some shit. I'm not gonna read Railgun.
yeah,
You know?
it's so good though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing I will say is
Well, you
like,
see what I'm saying, right?
yeah, I know what you like. If you're going to like talk about like some weird like idea, you'd rather like read about like a guy who's like actually like super hard thinking about and going into detail. But I will say for the Railgun and like Index, the author like he comes up with interesting ideas and like takes like real world ideas, and like he'll go into depth in like he'll dedicate like 2 or 3 pages to like explaining it in the story and like how it relates. He does a really good job of like applying real world ideas and like twisting them slightly to like make sense in his like world or whatever. So like there's this one character that can teleport, and like teleport like to do the ability you have to like understand like dimensions on a like up to like the 11th, like you have to like understand like how like dimensions work past just like the 3rd dimension or whatever. So like, and that's how like characters are power scale is basically like how smart this person is. Lets them like be able to like do like other things.
And this is where nerds can feel better about themselves. It's like I'm not strong, but I'm smart, so I got my superpower.
I mean, it's not even that.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, because like they don't think about it like that in the story, but like I don't know, it's like the way he like applies these ideas are like really good. So like the strongest character is basically like the smartest character or whatever, because they like, and like the main character, like one of the main characters, like his thing is like he can like reflect what's it called, like forces or whatever. So he just like to be able to use his power, he has to process like the like what's it called, like the force vectors that as they're like happening in real time.
I see.
So like he'll like do a thing or whatever, he'll calculate and like reflect like he'll take like the force vector of like a UV ray of light and reflect it back, or like so like a rock throwing at him, and like have to do like the kinetic thing so he can like know how much force to reapply to like reflect in the opposite direction. And like shit like that he applies are like really, really well done. It's like all that stuff, and especially like the main character of Railgun, like the way he like applies like magnetism and like all that shit in the world. It's probably not like, it's definitely not like real world
It's
science.
not rigorous or anything.
Yeah, but it's still like, it just takes just enough of like the real world shit to like make sense or whatever. And like, you know, the character gets the name Railgun from like
the
idea
magnetic
of the railgun.
yeah.
And so like, and how it works or whatever, like she's nerfed to like a range of like 50 meters or something, because what she uses for the railgun is a coin. And so the metal in the coin like burns up because it like gets so hot from like all the air friction that she can only shoot a coin like 50 meters, because like by the time it goes that far, and like it'll like burn up from like all the air friction or whatever. So like it's like that kind of shit that like makes the series really good, is like how he like does all that or whatever. To like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, it's good though. I love shit like that.
I love shit.
I love shit.
I love shit.
But even like it's so long then. Like I wanted to get into Discworld too, but Discworld was like 30 books or something.
It is, but I think they're short.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not that familiar with them.
Me neither.
But I know it's like you said earlier, where there's different timelines are like happening in different spots. Like, anything where like character crossovers happen is like cocaine to me or whatever.
Haha, he was in the other series.
Oh my god! Like
they're
literally
the same
soy
series.
face. But I do soy face though. That's the issue. Is I soy face.
I'm imagining you reading in bed, like with a little light under the covers.
No, I do this thing or whatever.
You put on your reading socks and your reading skirt.
Oh yeah, my reading socks. It's they're pink with what's it called? What's the word?
White stripes.
Yeah, with white stripes.
Like the band.
I like go up the leg. I put on my reading socks.
Yeah.
But no, I do this thing like where it's like literally soy facing, where I'm like, oh my, I'll be like, oh.
No, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like you get excited for like that story event, and then like you reflect on it later, and it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I was like, damn, I'm a fucking loser.
Yeah, I'm just a loser, bro.
I do that a lot when I'm like, I think back and stuff I like do or like, and I'm like, damn, I'm a fucking loser.
Yeah, no, I mean, but like specifically with this series though, it's like I'll read it and I'll be like, just the goat. Like the goat's about to make the appearance right here. I know it's gonna happen, and it happens like they're just the goat, and I'll like talk to myself and I'll say that as I'm like reading. So bad.
You're a commentator.
Yeah, I am. I'm literally commentating, but like it happens every time like a certain character appears. I'm like, it's over. You know.
You know how they have like Let's Players? They should have Let's Readers. And you just read the book. You don't even say the lines. You just slowly fold it like, yo!
Oh my god!
It's like the worst.
It's like an 8-hour video of like, you're just reading. It's like, the goat! It's just the goat.
There's like 30 minutes go by and like nothing happens.
No words said. It's just like heavy breathing. It's like ruffling pages. I think that'd be a really good, shitty ASMR idea.
That wouldn't be that good.
It wouldn't be that good, but like
it'd be funny.
I mean? It'd be a good like shitty bit.
It would be. It would be pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I soy face about that, but I don't do it with like TV shows really. It's only reading.
I don't watch that much TV.
You know, I do that thing like where I keep track of all the shit or whatever. And I think the only thing I've watched like 4 shows in like this year so far, and they're like, it's all just been Star Wars. So like I watched the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
Which was honestly not that good. Like they kind of ruined that character, if I'm being real.
I haven't seen any of them.
Mandalorian's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I rewatched like the classic like 2003 Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
That was really good. And then like I watched like 2 other shows, but I can't even remember. Oh, I watched Arcane. Do you know like the League of Legends show?
Oh, was that a show? I thought it was a movie.
Yeah, no,
they made the
it's
League
a
of Legends movie not a while ago.
No, they've never made a movie. They've all been like cinematic shorts.
Maybe that was World of Warcraft.
It was That was a bad movie. I watched that too.
Really?
Yeah, I don't even play World of Warcraft or League of Legends.
Why would you watch it then?
Because it's fantasy. Like it's gonna be good, right?
No, it's not. Of course, it's not gonna be good.
But Arcane was actually pretty solid though.
Really?
It was like it wasn't like League of Legends. You know, it was like an actual story. And like I don't know if it's for everyone, but like I feel like it's also like not the most original premise in the world.
Yeah.
But its execution, it was executed well, so like I enjoyed it.
I think execution and writing really play the biggest role in how well. How well the movie is made is how good the movie is.
Yeah.
But I mean, the
like
writing.
it doesn't have to be an original idea. Like, and this is like when I read Mistborn, this is a problem I had with it. Is like, so like the first book in the series is like a heist story, and like the other two books are really good because it expands past just a heist story, right? But it's like when it's a heister, like heist stories are so overdone that you have to write a masterpiece to make it like entertaining past a certain point. And so like the first book in that series is like I'm just like it's all right, I guess. Like I'm not that invested in it, you know. But like there's like two characters that I really liked, and they like were side characters or whatever. So, but yeah, like you can take a an idea that's not original and like do good with if it's executed well, it can still be good. Yeah. It's not like the idea doesn't have to be like original anymore, I feel.
That's definitely true. Yeah. There's a lot of remakes of things that are way better than the original. Like, The Godfather? Yeah. Apparently the book's not that good.
Ryan just finished it.
What do you say about it?
I haven't talked to him about it. I was hoping to read his Goodreads review, but yeah, we should ask him what he thought. I think he gave it 4 stars.
Yeah, but I think it's like compared to the movie. There's like some books that make really good movies and some really good books that don't make good movies.
Shawshank is just a short story, but that was a fucking banger movie.
I thought it was pretty good. What do you think the best Stephen King movie is? I've
only seen It and Shawshank. I haven't seen any of the other ones.
I've seen Green Mile, Shawshank, and the one where he's like in the house, like the guy gets in a car accident and he's like in the house with like the crazy woman.
Yeah, and he like gets like handcuffed to the bed. What's that?
Is it called Fear? Whatever it's called, I've heard that one's really good.
Yeah, I know it's like it's some weird title. It's not Fear, I don't think. Yeah. It's like a name, I think. Not like
I don't know what it is. The Shining too, of course.
Yeah, well,
that's the best. I guess that's
the best one. Yeah. I don't know.
But I've heard that the book
is better in my opinion. Than the
really?
Movie. Yeah, the book is much better. I mean, like their performances are great, but there's just certain aspects of the book that are like right. A lot of Stephen King movies don't take into that like supernatural thing that the books are. So like The Shining is like a thing like they mention it like half like barely in the movie where like The Shining is like a thing that the boy has. It's like a power.
Yeah, they don't mention that.
They don't mention that really at all in the movie.
The Shining.
Yeah.
It's just like the one old.
And the best character in the fucking book is Halloran, and he dies. Oh, it's Shining spoilers.
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, for our dear listeners,
Shining spoilers. Shining, put on your spoiler earbuds.
Put on your spoiler earbuds.
Put on your big headphones.
I'm not going to say when these stop. So
okay.
But no, like Halloran dies in the movie, and in the book he does not die, and he shows up in other books in the Stephen King world, right? And so they literally take like arguably the best character in my opinion and just kill him in the movie. And his story arc is so good.
Who's that guy again?
He's the cook who comes up with. He drives up there with a like snowmobile, and hopefully I'm remembering this right. But he drives up there and he saves the boy or whatever, and drives him home or whatever. Like he's the one who like saves them all and escapes. But in the book he just gets axed by or in the movie he just gets killed. Oh. So like he's like the cook who like bleeds out or whatever. But
R.I.P.
Yeah, facts. But no, in the It books he shows up again and he just like he gives a recount of like did you see the It movie?
I didn't. Was it good?
No. The kid one is good. The one where their kids is really good. The adult one is terrible.
What about the new one?
That's what I'm talking about. The new ones.
Have they made a second It?
It was It and It 2.
I didn't even know they made a second movie.
Yeah. It was so like the first movie was just the kids half. And the second one was when they're adults.
What about the old
I haven't seen the miniseries.
Was it a miniseries, the
Yeah.
old one? Oh.
I think so, but I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
I just haven't watched a lot of movies.
I also have. I've only seen like 100 or something in total.
It's a
in my
lot of
career.
movies. I've probably seen less than like 30 movies.
Yeah. But then again, they're all like anime movies.
It doesn't
like
count.
50 of them.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's more like just part of the TV show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are like some that are like it's just a movie. Like there's some bangers in there. I feel like I've seen some good anime movies that aren't like Ghibli films, but
Yeah.
you know there are a lot where it's like this is just a continuation of the story, but it's in movie form.
Yeah. The last Evangelion movie was good.
Yeah, you're talking 4.0.
Yeah.
Or like 3.0 plus 1.0.
Yeah.
Thrice Upon a Time.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I like that one too. I think I liked the first one where it was just like the first 12 episodes, but like pretty.
That was good. Yeah.
Whatever one had Ray farming for like 20 minutes.
That was the last one. Yeah.
That was the best one.
It was.
Dog was just fucking
Just
pulling
farming.
up bean sprouts, bro. That shit was hard, bro.
That was a good. Those were really good.
I would pay so much money just to watch a slice of life Evangelion series. I really would.
I think there's manga of that.
There is. It's called like the Shinji Raising Project or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. But I mean, it's like it's just the manga.
They should have really amped up Asuka's homophobia. I
They
think.
really should have.
That should have been a
Shinji
major
the
plot
F
point.
slur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, that classic image that I think all of our viewers listen to know about. Apparently, she said maggot in that, and it was photoshopped to be an F, and that was not actually in the
Deserved.
I thought it was like a real thing.
Really?
I thought it was real.
Damn.
I thought it could have been like one of those ones where it was
It was like a bad like
translation. Yeah.
bad like localization or whatever. That would have been so funny.
It would be.
See, that's the thing with Evangelion. Though, is like there's so many different dubs and
Are there
subs out there. Yeah, I know.
Subs,
well, like,
yeah,
there's
but-
a different Netflix sub than the
Oh,
original.
the Netflix sub is awful.
And it's worse. It's objectively worse than like the other one.
Yeah.
So I had to download it from. This is what I mean, though. I'm going back real quick. Like the artists of the world, like torrenting anime is so good because these people like get the Blu-rays and they'll go through like frames and like upscale them, and like they do so much different shit. I mean, it depends on like if you want to upscale. You know, me personally, I prefer the original the best.
Shut up. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what the quality of it is. I just want
like,
to see it.
They'll go through and like make sure translations were correct and like shit like that.
Yeah.
And so like those are really good for like if you're like torrenting anime now compared to just like going on like 9anime.to or some shit.
I like non-anime.to.
You know, it's
It
good.
works.
I use it if it's not like a series I want to like keep and like rewatch.
Yeah,
whatever.
that's true.
But for like all the shit I downloaded, it's like holy shit, like these people put a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Like I was downloading a show last night and like they take like the main like they made like artwork for their download page.
Damn.
So like they took like the main character and like they made them like transparent and like put like information about the show like on the characters like their silhouette or some shit. I was like, dude, what are you fucking doing? Just upscaling? Like go get a fucking job.
They probably do have a job.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with these people is like
probably a
they're,
millionaire.
like skills.
Yeah.
That, like these people like know how to do is like upscaling images and like doing all like the video editing shit.
It's probably because they are video editors.
Yeah, I mean that's probably is true. But they're like, yeah, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 was good. I liked it. I don't really remember anything about it though. I
remember there was a lot of
farming.
good visuals.
Yeah,
Other than that, I
a lot
can't
of
remember.
Good.
Shut up. You know what I mean.
I need the 17th Asuka ass shot. She's climbing in zero gravity. Please.
You know what I mean when they're going in like the
I'm
weird
messing with
portals.
you. I'm messing with you, yeah.
Like the weird portals and like the colors.
Yeah, no, it was a very pretty, like that's what I mean though. It was
Yeah.
a pretty movie, and that's what I mean when like Ray farming was the best. 'Cause that shit looked like
It's so good, yeah.
it's so.
The lighting was
picturesque.
really good, yeah.
Yeah, the lighting, the water is so nice in those
Yeah.
movies.
I think people don't like the CGI in it, but I think it kind of
CGI
fits.
works.
It works with the
yeah,
thing.
I mean it always looked better hand drawn, but
I feel like it plays into the because like you remember the last scene where it's like little action figures fighting.
yeah,
It's
it's like they're going.
Yeah, I think that having the CGI makes it sort of look more, not amateurish, but I don't know how to describe it.
Like it gives it like a different feel. From,
It gives it a
the
different
OG.
feel, which I think is what they were trying to do,
Yeah.
and I think they did a good job of that.
Oh, whatever the movie, I think it's the third one where Kaworu's head explodes.
Oh yeah.
That one was really good too.
That was nice, and everything when everything was red.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yep.
There's some banger movies.
Those
I
were-
think the
I'm gonna
second
go-
one was the worst one.
The second
probably.
one was bad just because it was just like kind of filler.
Yeah.
Not filler, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Let's just watch them and right now just sit
We
in
should.
silence.
No.
I mean, I think I have them downloaded. I can check. Yeah, but it's like I need to rewatch the actual first. I haven't rewatched the first series since I saw it in October 2019 or
When
whatever.
did I watch that? I want to say it was like May of 2020.
I think that's probably it because you watched after I did.
Yeah.
And I was LARPing about it.
You were
in
LARPing.
2019 of October.
You got
through
a
December.
plug suit and you were walking around
Yeah, I was
with it
walking
on.
around.
We could see your dick and balls
It's true.
hanging out.
My man did not tuck and tape.
No sir.
He did not. The hog was out, bro.
Oscars too.
Facts. Oscar's definitely a little sus,
yeah.
bro.
You think Oscar would
Oscar's
have?
definitely a ghoster. Oscar
A
definitely
ghoster?
takes off her condom mid sex. For sure, bro.
I think she saves the condom. I think she takes the
She
condom.
definitely. If
And
she
like
a reuser.
She doesn't reuse. She probably fishes it out of the trash
True.
and like gets pregnant with it,
Facts.
and then charges child support and then like aborts it.
That's actually facts.
Yeah.
But you know, Oscar definitely ghosts. Oscar definitely slips that
She's a
fucking
ghoster?
potato skin off, bro, and
Yeah.
slips it in there.
Potato skin.
Ooh.
I don't know what you're using for
I don't know.
condoms.
I don't know what this guy's using. My man's got the fucking goat bladder on deck, bro.
Youch.
Youch. And those were some good ass movies, but yeah, I need to rewatch the show first. I just haven't seen it in forever. I need to rewatch that. Steins Gate, I haven't seen it in forever.
Steins Gate is good.
We got an upcoming alert for the heat wave.
Oh yeah,
Whatever.
it's gonna be too hot. Just cool off. Get air conditioning.
Actually, just cool off. But what else? Like, I need to watch like The Sopranos. I need to watch Breaking Bad.
You still haven't seen Breaking Bad?
No.
Oh, I watched the first season of Sopranos, but I haven't finished it.
Yeah, I mean, my dad keeps telling me, he's like, Ben, we should watch The Sopranos. I'm
It's
like,
good.
We should watch The Sopranos. I keep seeing clips of it.
I think like through the month of April, I instead of studying for my finals, I would get high and watch an episode of Sopranos every night.
And only one episode?
I think it was they're like an
they're
hour
long.
long. They're like an
Oh,
hour
yeah.
long. Sometimes I would watch like two, but yeah, they were good.
Facts.
Very good.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I just have to rewatch a bunch of shit. I rewatched Madoka Magica in my dorm or whatever with my roommate.
Did
Not
he
with
think?
my roommate.
Oh, I was about to say, did he think he was like some like?
No,
pedo
my
shit?
man did not see the screen once. I
Oh.
made sure of that shit.
As you
Otherwise, I would
should.
have gotten fucking hate crimes.
You probably
while I'm
would have.
sleeping.
I would have done it.
Yeah. But I hadn't seen the movie yet. And
Mm-hmm.
so then I watched the movie and like I'm tearing up as like the movie's ending. I'm like, man, I'm such a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You know it? I don't know.
I'm fucking gay.
Actually, though, I'm such a fucking homo. But that's a good. My measurement for like either a favorite like show or whatever, or like not one of the measurements, but normally if it makes me tear up, it's probably really good. That's how I normally measure it. So if like a show has an arc or something that makes me tear up, it probably gets like bumped up in like my mind as like, oh, this is really really good.
Yeah.
So like anything I think I've given a 10 that like I've either read or like watched is like
weeped?
one of those.
Weep to big
Yeah.
man tears too.
Well, I think Evangelion, that like the fucking 6-minute ending scene in End of Evangelion where like what's it called? What's that song? Dude, my brain has not been working. You know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the song.
Yeah. Where that plays, that's the tear up point in that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Lane, there's a lot of tear up points in Lane.
I didn't find I never found Lane like sad. It was just unsettling
That
and
shit
thought provoking.
made me tear.
Really?
Yeah,
When?
the last like 2 episodes.
What happened in those?
Where Lane, she's like I need to rewatch Lane.
Me too,
I haven't
yeah.
seen it since I saw it the first time. But that was March 2021, I think, was the Lane pill.
Probably.
Era. But no, when she's like has all like the cords plugged into her and Alice is talking to her,
Oh yeah.
and that like whole from that episode to like the end, like that entire time was like, man, when she's like God again, like she becomes like, and she's like can't like she sees like Alice and her boyfriend, I think, as they're like talking to each other at the end, and she's like just standing there as like a ghost, like it's like, damn, dude, that shit made me tear up a lot or whatever. But like that part of those are so fucking good. I think the only thing I've given a 10 that didn't make me tear up was Mushoku Tensei. that I've like watched.
I don't know what that is.
It's a fantasy story.
Oh.
It's really like really good character, like not character study, but like the main character is like I don't know. It's just written really well.
I know what you mean.
It's the best anime like fantasy that I've like watched. You know, I would recommend it, but a lot of people. Oh my man's got that fucking greaser fucking shit flipped up.
Again, for the audio listeners, I'm wearing. I guess it's a Hawaiian
6'2"
shirt.
frame.
Yeah. But I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt and I just popped the collar to look like Dracula.
This guy fucks. This guy has all the poon he needs.
Punani.
Punani.
Where does that word come from?
Poon?
Yeah. I'm gonna look this up.
Damn. This guy's looking it up.
They call me the Googler. Oh, I'm Googling.
Oh no. The guy that puts googly eyes all over the place. The Googler.
Apparently it comes from the French for prostitute, which is putain.
Oh.
And so
poutine.
Putain.
I'll take one poutine.
And so that's where poontang comes from.
Oh, it comes from poontang.
Poontang.
Putane, poontang,
Punani. Yeah. Yep. That's your etymology lesson for today. How long has it been?
It's been 56 minutes. We can end if you want to.
Yeah.
Burn. That's just fucking. Burn. I hate that meme.
Burn.
All right, we're gonna go watch gay porn together and stroke each other off. All right, bye.